Hey everybody. I'm gonna post myself up by this really pretty mossy tree. You can see that. Training's going pretty good. I appreciate all of the awesome messages that I got about that doctor. If you don't follow me on Instagram, first of all you should, because I post on there way more than I post on Facebook, but I went to the doctor and I was told that I'm in the obese range. And it was really interesting because even after I told her that I'm like, well, I ran 39 miles last week and I'm training for a marathon, she was still like, you could lose like 15 pounds. Okay. Hello, I am running more than I'd like to be, if we're all being honest. Whatever. Okay, so I appreciated that. That was hilarious. My family got violent. I did not disclose her name, and I'm glad that I didn't because I would be worried for her. We have about $220 right now, which is amazing. So thank you everyone who's already contributed to the fundraiser. I'm a little bit nervous we're not going to get to our goal, but I'm hoping that as I make more videos, people feel called and feel inspired to make donations for whatever they can or to share whatever they can. And I wanted to talk a little bit more about that because last couple weeks ago, I made my first video about kind of what I'm hoping to bring awareness about through this fundraiser. And I think I scared a lot of people because I use the word white supremacy a lot. And I wanted to just kind of clarify some things around white supremacy. So that word, that phrase, is not calling you a white supremacist. And I don't want to do that. That's absolutely not the goal. White supremacy is talking about an institution in which white equals good, dark or black equal bad, right? Dark brown equal bad. And this comes up in a lot of different ways in different cultures. In other parts of the world have a lot of skincare routines that are centered around making you more light-skinned. I'm talking about the privilege that people of color who are light-skinned have that people who are darker don't have. People who are darker tend to get in, are arrested more often, are discriminated against more often. It's super common. The apartheid in South Africa, that was in Africa, right? And white people and light-skinned people were supreme, right? So it's saying whiteness is supreme rather than you are a white supremacist. Part of the other way that this comes up is because our criminal justice system is in this system of white supremacy, just like the rest of us, right? It is oppression. It is something that is institutionalized, meaning it's not just being turned away from a cafe. It's not just somebody using the N-word. It is institutionalized, which means it's kind of almost it's almost like a cancer of the blood, right? It means that it's in your entire body and you can't just cut it out of one piece. It's a part of you. It's a part of, and it's something that's hurting all of us. So something that goes back to the criminal justice system and why I chose the Innocence Project to raise money for is because there is a staggering amount of Black people in the criminal justice system who are justice involved, people who have sold drugs, right? Sold marijuana before it was legal, and now it's legal, and there are white people profiting off of something that's now legal, and there are people who are in jail who were selling it before it was legal, still serving years of their life. Another really good example is the Central Park 5, and that is a documentary that just came out. It's on Netflix. If you haven't watched it yet, I highly recommend it. It's hard. It's hard to watch because you may be watching it and feeling like, oh my gosh, this is bullshit. I can't believe this happened. Thank God that doesn't happen anymore. And that's just not true. It happens all the time. There was just a video that was put up from the Phoenix Police Department in which two white police officers accosted, screamed at, traumatized a Black family with an infant or a toddler because the toddler accidentally walked out with a Barbie doll. and I posted that on my Instagram story. So it's something that comes up often. So part of the reason that we want to support systems, and we want to support organizations like the Innocence Project, is because the Central Park Five, if you don't know about it, it's about a woman that was raped in Central Park, and that's real, and she's a victim, and that's horrible. But there were a bunch of different violent acts that happened around Central Park in that time, and they chose, kind of randomly, sorry, there was a bug on my leg, 5 black boys, 5 black children, and they were innocent, and they didn't do it. They eventually confessed, because they were being interrogated by white policemen without their parents present, which is illegal, and they were convicted based on those confessions, which then they took back, and even though there was no DNA evidence. So they served years of their life, lost years of their life, traumatized their families for something that they didn't do. And the Innocence Project's goal is to lessen the likelihood of this type of thing happening by dismantling the institution that lets that happen, as well as fighting for people who that happens to and whose freedoms are taken away. And it just, like, I can't even imagine, like, sitting in a jail cell for something that you know you didn't do. So that's why I'm feeling very passionate about the Innocence Project, and I'm very proud to be raising money for them, especially in a time where a lot of white supremacy, like, it's not like it's new, it's not like it's happening, but it's being called out, and attention's being brought to it, and we have the opportunity and the privilege of, like, being in a time where we can be educated about how our internal white supremacy, the things that are our internal actions and thoughts and words, white tears. I talked about white tears last time. Something like that, since that seems so small. Those things that are perpetuating this system in which something that small is also connected to people being put away for things that they didn't do. So this is really long. I apologize, but I just wanted to update you on my training and thank everybody who donated so far, and to just thank everybody for watching and commenting. And if you didn't see, I asked for songs a couple days ago, so if you have songs that really pump you up and help you work out and make you feel strong, and give you energy, I'd love to have them. So send them to me, or if you have Spotify, I have Spotify, you can send them to me there. I don't know how that works, but I assume you can do that. So okay, thank you, goodbye.